Okay, so let's start. So today I am going to talk about the file system. That means let us we have any output of my function program output. Generally, whenever you're writing code and run the code, they display the output, and after that the output are discarded, not saved anywhere. So Go language allow, if you want any kind of information, same permanent in the file system. Whatever C drive, D drive, a specific folder, a specific file I want to save, and sometime you want to read data from file as well. Hey, I want to read data. Sometime our application required to write data in the file. Sometime our application can require read data from file. This both functionality are easily we can achieve in a Go language. For that, one of the most common standard package name is a OS, because now we are going to create folder, package, file on the particular operating system. So they have a one package OS. So let us learn some basic about how we can use this read and write function in the file. Okay. So let's first, I have a message. Yeah, data you can say. We have a message. Okay, this is the one message. And if I print them, it's okay. So now this is a message and we print them. So once the output come, this message, hello message, is the destroy. We cannot again store somewhere or read again from some file. Okay, so how, let's a simple example. I want to write this message in a particular file, so that later part we can retrieve and view. Okay, good. So I'll do. So I'll create the basic steps. Let's assume in your machine, I say, hey, you have one message, can you save in your system? So what you do? Maybe you go to the any particular directory, maybe you're going to C directory or D directory, and then inside that you are going to the particular folder. Maybe you create a folder A, inside you can go create the another folder, and here maybe you want to create some file. So objective might be I can create file under directory specific or in a specific folder, and in this folder you can create one files, and in these files whatever the message you have, you can write them. You can write them, one message, two messages, and once you write the message, and later maybe different program can read this value whatever we written in the file. Okay, so first things we are going to understand how we can create the file, then how to write data in this file, and how we can read the data from file as well as. So good. So how to create the file? So we have to use the OS package. OS is the one operating system package. Okay, and you can say dot, and you can say I want to create. So they help us to create our any file. Okay, so now notice they have a one function to create. Now they are expecting some file name. So let's say, hey, file name. Maybe our file name can be test. Okay, test file. And here I pass, hey, this is my file. So notice now the one particular file created. Okay, so might be some cases this whenever you are calling any library function, let's check out this method, what kind of output return. So just you notice the definition. Here, go to the. So this is the create function. Take a file name and return two kind of output. One is the file pointer, another is the error. Okay, and by default, whatever the we can say internally, they create the one open file. And generally, whenever you are going to generally create any kind of files, we have to give some kind of system. This is the read write permission file. By default, the file you have an option to write data and you have option to read data. Both operations by default this. Okay. So let's not talk more about this file system. Let's use them. So here I am going to say, hey, they create the kind of a two kind of value. One, your error, and second, your file. Okay. So generally, whenever you are going to call any function check, they return the two values. One is the file, one is the error. Similarly, we have to manage it. And the GoLang, if any problem, any exception occur, then this API are thrown or blocked. No, the concept is that any Go library, any API have any kind of problem, they return some specific error as a value. So whatever that happen, file exists, not exists, something problem, our library returns the error. What the error you have? So we have to generally check, hey, if okay, and you can check, might be happen, you are going to create some file, might be getting some error, so you have to write your error file with error, and you can write it. So in this way you are. So what happened, maybe you can able to file open, or might be possible then we return. We cannot do, if there is file is open, we are not doing anything. If file is open, then what we can do, so now we have a file. So there are a couple of way where we this file object or this operating system have a options. So one maybe very simplest way, operating system direct say, hey, this is the OS, you already created file, and they say, hey, OS dot write data, right? So we have a write, just write the message. You want this message, you have to just write the message. So now question is that this message we are right. If you look this API take two input parameter. First your file name, another your data byte. So you can say, hey, this is my file name, already I created. This is the file name and this is the message. Just you write them. Okay. And whatever the parameter. Okay. So this is the way you can write the message. You can say, hey, this is my file name, this is my byte array, and this is the mode, what the masking mode you want. Now your data is written to the file. Okay. So question is that what we can do this. This is also have a object. So here say, hey, we have an option file dot, we have a write message. And directly you can say, hey, I want to write message. So this is the multiple way you can say Go language have. So let's say I'm going to just comment. Okay. So if you are able to write the message, you know, this is string message, I can flatly write the string message. Okay. And notice this API also, whenever you call, they return something. They returns the number of bytes they return, number of data written, and if any error exception occur. Okay. And so as of now, and once this is done, so in general programming, whenever your window machine, you are going to open any files, to writing any message, first you open your file, go to the directory, open the file, and you write something, and after that you want to close this file. Okay, save this file. So generally, after your file operation done, we have to ensure that we have to close this file. So generally, in any file system, I want whenever my this function is completed, you have to call your close method. Maybe you can call manually, or you can say, hey, defer, and just say whenever this file operation is open, this method going to the close, you have to call them. So instead of calling manually, just tell Go compiler, once this method complete, you can call my method. So let's just write the message or println uh, file created success. So let's check what we are doing. We have a one message, just print, no problem. And now we have created one file name, and after that we create the file name, check if this file created or not. If not, then we are going to write message. Okay, so let's try and run this code and check what kind of problem. So most probably this is the file created under this. This is my our package. Here you find the open in the file explorer. So this is the folder where the new file is going to create it. So let's check. So notice hello world file is created. So let's check. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so this is the file created. Okay, so whatever the root directory from where your code is running, at this the file where they are, means they are created your parent directory. So this is my go directory, and what test file is created. So notice this is the test file created, and in the test this message they are written. Okay, good. Even you can check the here. This is the message they written. That's good. So next, how to, instead of open file and read, can I read data, read file? Surely. So instead of, hey, let's see how I can, now your file is closed. Now I want to, you can write this way, both way have an option, you can do. Just say, here I write the message and close it. Good. So I am going to read this message from file. So how to do? Similarly, we have a option like create file. Similarly, we have one more option. OS say, hey, you can open the file. So here you can say operating system dot open a file, and you can pass, just say open, and this is the file name, and you want to rewrite operations, whatever things you would say. Okay, and similarly this method also give us our file parameter and error options. Okay, no problem. So let's check file, and another was the error. And here say if we have to check we are able to successfully able to read file. So now I am able to open the file. Now I want to read data from this file. We have this object, here this file. Now this is the file, and say, hey, file, I want to read. Okay, read from directory, read from selection, everything. So we have this function, file read itself, read the data, whatever data you want right now. Or this operating system also given a concept kind of read the file. Okay, read the file. open the file, read write mode, and file updated. Let's read all file. Read file. I'm going to open the file. Just oh, I don't want to. First, let's read out. Okay, we have read the file and apply if condition. Why not? Let's write if it's not null, then you can say unable to read the file. And here I am say, hey, let's read the data from file. If it is not equal to null, we can again say message. Okay, and then generally this whatever the data we have, you have to convert. I know the string object. So hey, uh, uh, string, and whatever the data we have, just print. You say println, and you can say read data from file, and here say okay. So this is the way you can read data. If you don't want to count, and just ignore them. I don't want to read the count number of files. Okay, and here you can run. So in this way, we have to data write and as well as read data from. So lots of you can say in the Go language, different library and functions we have. Okay, so we are just you go and explore, and there are some very simplest API. There are a very kind of here we are data writing as a read write in the bytewise, and even complete file you can as well read data as well as. So let's just complete this program, and then we'll show how we can write the data complete full file itself instead of writing the first in the buffer one. Generally preferable way, always you read data from the buffer ones. Why? Because whenever you are reading file, this file may be very big file, very big file. The chunk of byte you read them, again next chunk of file you read them, next chunk of file you read them. Generally this is the preference way. Whenever you are going to reading write any kind of a file, you have to use the buffer data. Okay? And instead of that, we simply say, hey, this is okay, but simply say, hey, okay, simply say, let's close the writing file. Okay, already we have a, instead of directly you can read that. Now you can say, hey, os dot read file. Okay, read file, and you can simply say, hey, this is the file name, whatever the file name, and they notice this function is the what that this function return your complete data and error. Okay, so let's check. They return again data and your error, and here because new variable you can say here check if error no error. Where is my mouse? Print error reading and read. and if not, then this generally byte array data we have to convert to the string. So here you can say, simply say, just you can say file content let's say this, and you can say, hey, output file, whatever the output file. Okay, and here file output, file content, and you can just print it. So this is the way where simple way, just whatever your file name, just here you can check file exists or not. Yes, then okay. Even this maybe you don't need, just remove it, and instead of using this file object, you can simply say, hey, this is OS package, I want to read this file. First we have to check this file exists. Yes, this exists. Then you can open and read. This is a method, read file. They read the file name and return the successful or the whole line file data until the not exists. And if you just run, and after that, once this is done, and after then say, hey, I want to close this file. So here you can say file would be a good option, and once this is done, and after that I want to, our file should be closed. So please prefer, whenever you are here, we open file, read file data, and after reading, just convert it in the string format and close it. Somehow why taking too much time? It's too much time. May have to run from command lines, or what is the problem? Why they are not running? Just let's wait. Maybe let's try to open this file. Let's stop them. Somehow where is stop? And discarding the backup. Okay, let's open again. Somehow, yeah. Now this is my code. Let's sync them. So here we are just open a file and write a message and close the file. And after that, we open a file, and after opening file, read the contents, I print the contents, and I am closing this. Okay. So now let's run this program. So now file is read, and notice read data from file. So successfully we are able to read data from. What happened? Let's I am just not writing this message. Maybe you can say I have write another file. Here I just open and modify some. Okay. This is test data 1 2 3. Any, maybe you can add multiple for testing 2. Okay, testing 2. Okay, any kind of. And if you just go and run this code, hey, let's see, I don't want to write data, everything. Okay, everything just come. Okay, So now I don't want to write the data. I just want to read the file. Okay. I need the just file name. Okay. File name, and I want to just open the file and I want to read everything. What say file name? This is the file name text, and I am going to open this file and read. It should be works. Because I selected this file name, then they are going to run only this file. So if you generally whenever you want to run the file, so notice this data read file, everything we are able to read it. Okay, and even while let's comment this also, maybe while uncomment this. Okay, and even you can write multiple messages 1, message 2, message 3, maybe in a loop you can write multiple messages, right? So let's see here, I can going to write some message in a loop. You can say for loop, and I'm going to write messages, right? So instead of one message, I'm going to write the and let's see here, go to the 10. So I'm going to write the 10 messages right now, and everyone hello messages, some counter, even you can just write the time. So one of the good option in the Go language, you can use any times. There is a one basic, you can say times, and this is the function like. So even you can say, hey, just write this hello world message, whatever the value you have. Okay, hello world 1, 2, 3, and after that we can just say time. What are the times we have? So now let's run. Now what we are doing, we are going to creating a file, and after that we are going to write the 10 messages, 10 lines, and this is our message. Would be yes, even this is my message, and you can this is ready virus, and I don't want to this print. Okay, even I don't want to write. Okay, you can just comment it out. Okay, so this is the file name, and here we're creating a file, and here we just writing the okay here and there. And once file close, I am going to read this file and printing the all the content. So notice what it is extra. Oh, where I wrong something? Okay, here something. We don't have to stick the %d. We can mention something maybe here somehow like this. Okay, works. And this I can say, and here you can say at time equal to, you can say %v, what are the time value. So generally one write hello world, your message 1, 2, 3 message at a time, specific times we generate this message, and this message we are writing. Okay, maybe you can say message written somehow, you can write this. You can say and say written, yeah, written message. comma. So this is the way you can write the message, and once this message done, after you can say, hey, let's go to read the file, and you are going to reading data from it. Okay. And they snill that. So notice they are going to writing, this is writing message 1 and message 2, message 3, message 4, all the messages we written. Okay, return message, everything. And here I am reading data file. Okay, we are writing all messages. Okay, so this is the way we are able to, here we are able to write data, and even you can go to the code. This is the test data, and test data, this is all the messages already written here, right? Good. So let's look some more kind of restrictions here. So here notice, whenever I am going to open my file, if you already open, then they again creates. Okay, they can again create. I want they don't over, if already file created, they don't create again. Okay, so maybe here something message file created or not created, something with a conditional. Okay, so how to do? How to check our file exists or not? So for that, this is the very simple way. Our operating system have a, again you can say, OS have a say what stats and file the file, and this returns your, again this is status method, return file information and error. Okay, so check file info and comma error. Okay, and if error not equal to nil. Okay, and here let's print file info. So this is the kind of a methods operating system provide the status. You pass any file name, if this file exists or not exists, what is the file path, everything this will print to us. So this os.stats also have a some, now notice this is the file information, this is the file info, and they are not, so you have to write some details, some we have to function name. And even good option, we don't write this message here, and here just comment out and simply say, hey, don't write too much. Okay, and here we are going to check, find if the file exists or not. Okay, so also this file, oh sorry, this file info have a some kind of a name. You can just write, they will print the file name, file detail, everything, right? Here say if say file info is os dot is is exist, these are the method, is exist and not exist. Okay, you have to pass the particular file exist or not exist. If you want to exist or not exist, you have to pass. Notice this API is work input take as a error. Whatever the file info you pass at that time, they're not throwing any error. It's okay, exist file or not exist. Even you can say if exist, and here you can pass the URL. Okay, and say println file exists. Review can say if file. So now we have a checks this. We sometime this file exists, or just say file name, size, everything with no directory. Lots of function also have just a in the name type. Everything you can write the file information. Here I'm going to write the file exists or not. This is a file exists, and this is a file not exists. So here you decide if file exists, then what you want to do. If file not exists, then what to do, right? So this is the option. We are sometime whenever you are writing on a file, you have to check if this file exists or not exists. Okay, what is this? What line say? Everything is okay. What is the problem? Print. Okay. We have to no. So why they say file info, this name, this name, this name. Just say hey. Instead of print, just say hey. fmt dot print. Okay. Sometimes confusing. Okay, it's okay. Now multiple information. Sometimes we always pass the string, but here you can pass name, size, everything, and you can just. So notice this is the file information. This is the file name, your text, and the particular date and time. Here your file exists or not. Some either mode, read, write, whatever the information we have, right? Okay. Oh, okay. I missed something. Let's close it. So here I'm not able to see this message, right? File exists. This is true or what this? Maybe anyone can be true or false. Okay. Even you can write something. And if what happen if let's say I write the file something, maybe here we have to if exist, then this code I can only going to write this line of code. I am only going to write okay, I am going to only create file where file you can say if this file not exists, then we are going to create them and writing 10 messages and then closing the file right now. Okay, and okay, and else we are always opening a file and reading file and closing the file, right? Okay. So what we here trying to say, if let's say I'm going to pass some file name 1, so might we notice this file 1, there is no file exists here. Let's say I remove this file. Yes. Okay. No file exists. So in this case, our file is just say, hey, what are the details about the file? What the file info we have? These are the details, and might be this exists true or false. You can say, and even you can write this instead of just I can write this message here so that you can understand what is the file. Okay. just don't it. Okay, and here say simply file exists or not, check the file. And similarly another file is not exist. This is the function. File is file exist, is file exist, is file not exist. So in our case, if not exist, then do something. Okay, so in this scenario, test1 file surely not exist. Our objective, we should go to create this file 1. This is the file error. Getting it. Okay, what we did here, getting the file info error and return. I don't want to return, so I want to continue the check here. I don't want to just print message, but I don't want to return from. Okay, so I want to give that detailed information and then check this what this. Till now notice there is no file created. So notice getting error here, notice here, and runtime exceptional. Okay, so here let's I am not going to interested to write this complete object. Okay, simply say just one line, maybe due to this. So notice here, for whenever we pass something that does file not exist somehow, then it's hey, file is not exist true, but file is not exist, yes, it is a true. Then they are going to the create file. File created file, and after that they are written in the file. Notice here this test1 file is created. This test1 file contains the all the data. Okay, and notice this have a time 8:24. And again we run this code again. Okay, so again if you run this course, this file already exists, then we are not going to create. So again run it. So notice here file does not is false. We are not doing anything, just reading data from whatever the data we have. Okay. So in this you can say sometime according to your situation, you have to write data or don't write data. Here in this scenario, if file not exists, then we are writing data, else just always reading data. Okay, so sometime even a file system you can also create, or let's say I want done, and then I want to, hey, this file should be closed. I don't want to store this file permanently. Okay, mate, I want to just remove this, close this. So here we have options. Once the file done, close. Hey, say os operating system dot remove. Now we have options: remove directory, remove file, remove link, and remove something. Okay, maybe remove the file, directory, anything. Just pass remove and say this is the file name. Okay. os dot remove. So once you've done, that means can say check. This also can remove again. They say either any error or not. File remove. And if I run it, notice here the file test1 exists. And let's I run this. Notice we are reading the file, and after that let's check here. Now file is removed. There is no file exists. Sometime we are, you can say these are the you can say method help us to identify, check the particular file exists or not. To checking this, you have to ensure that you have to check the status of the particular OS have a status function, and they return the file information. If you want to print the, and after that you can use this error object to find out if there is any error or not error. If there is any error, that means true, this is file not exist, and you are going to create the file, right? So similarly, you can even create directories. Hey, os dot create sometime you need to create temporary file. Hey, temporary file I want to create. Hey, this is a test2 temporary file created. Os dot write some message, write file, I write some data and say, okay. So this is the way sometime temporary file created, even writing some basic message. Hello world as a temporary hello note. Temp hello words. Okay. So sometime in many applications you want to create temporary file. Also OS have a option you can create temporary. Okay, this information done. And notice this is a temp file created. And if you read it, notice this is the temp file already exists. Okay. So here, let's see, and even you can say, hey, whatever this test file, just os dot remove whatever the file you have created. Okay. So even you can create the directory, even create the file, create the folder, so create a directory, create directory. Create soft link directory. Say create directory. Create directory. Okay. Okay. So for creating directory, we have a function like make directory. Okay. Okay. So here can say now your directory is created. Let's run and check our directory. Test directory should be created. So done. Let's folder. Notice here test directory created. I want to remove this directory. Test directory can be removed. Let's check. Hey. So here say same again. Os dot remove your test. So generally, sometime you want to create the file, create the directory, write the data, and maybe remove the file, remove the directory, whatever the permission you have. And if you run, directory is removed by device. If you run, this directory is already removed, should be removed when the program is done. Now let's check. Notice this file is test2 file is still. What is the test2 file? Test2 temp file. Why they are not deleted? So what we written here, let's check. Yeah, file name. Okay, here we are creating temp directory. We are writing the test to different directory we created here. No. So create a temp temp file. Okay, create temp file, not none. Okay, write message. So generally you can use the os.create query, and whatever the file extension you pass here, file name, whatever temp file name .txt file, and here you can just write hello message from a temporary file, and after that close. Okay, so this create temp function take the your directory names where they are going to create, and then find them. So you can say lots of operations on the file system sometime our application are required. So this operating system OS package already provide almost lots of packages to us, and just go and visit. Okay. Okay. Test to somehow. Okay, previously I created, so we have to remove menu. So here just change the file name would be like test file. So what we explore, we learn about the operating system package, and they have a, you can say, lots of functions. Just go the detail of this link. So where is the link of this doc? Follow link and here, and this is standard library, and all kind of file related operation. Generally this OS package open file, you can open file. Okay, and might be want to read, just say read file and make a buffer, write the data. You similarly lots of functions they have. Just so we are not going to cover each and everything, but generally whenever you are working in a file system, sometime you want to your file should be open in the multiple mode. If you by default read only mode, write only mode, read that, by default notice the same file we open, we are able to write data and we are able to read data as well. This is by default the behavior of your read write. Why? The way we are creating a file. Notice this is the file created, and if you look the code, by default they pass the mode as a read write, create and truncate. Sometime you want to a specific file, just some time you want your file should be appended mode, yeah, create mode, execute mode, lots of mode we have. Okay, so similarly different kind of constants, hey, file system make modes you can check, and lots of, you can say, you can create a new file system somehow, standard input output, change mode, huge you can say library list here. You can just go and explore. Okay. So this you can say the file system is very simple with the help of only your standard library OS. Okay, this OS package. OS package I've created lots of contents and method for us. Okay, and just go find out the details. So hope this exercise help you how we can create the file and even check the status, if file exists or not exists. If not exists, then create the file, and while the creating you can write the message using the write string or write message, what are the different methods, and once you write operation done, you can close the file. And again you want to read the message, then you have to open the file is open, and just read the content from the file. They return that byte array, you can just convert to the string and print. And generally once your file activity is done, just close the file. You can create temporary file, and you can close the os.remove. Remove your temporary file. Okay. Similarly, you can create directory, check directory, and remove directory. Okay. So generally these are the basic operation, and while the opening file, while you open file, you can specify the many modes options we have. Okay, this open function, if you go here, and they have a, by default they open only the read one. So this file you open, so here you cannot write data after this file ended. Now we have this file handler. In this file handler, we cannot going to write any data, but you want to different mode, then you can specify, hey, open with a different kind of a. So now this is the multiple function. I will create, open file with different functions, lots of this file, read file, write files, cs mode, change directory, is file status created, updated, delete, make directory. So lots of function this class already have. To go just explore this very basic library OS, and they given a lots of you can say good details about your file system. So hope, I think this is the very useful. Let's explore this file system. Generally, whenever you're going to work application, might be you have to write the data, some values, some primitive values, some message, some object in a file. Maybe you want to read JSON file, XML file, write data, JSON data, XML data, some custom object data, anything you can do Go standard package. So our objective, we have to launch lots of Go standard package and try to use them, try to understand our context, and in this context we have to use this library. Okay, thank you for watching this video.